For many of us city dwellers who grew up with the creature comforts of modern urban living, beetle quid chewing is an alien concept. Our first encounter happened most likely in Filipino class when the teacher discussed the opening scene of Noli Me Tangere and Kapitan Tiago's guests were welcomed with offerings of cigars, tobacco, and buyo. Unless one is exposed to beetle quid, either by visiting or living in Muslim Mindanao, the Cordilleras, or anywhere this tradition is still alive, he or she will have no idea how ubiquitous and culturally significant this quaint practice was. The history of objects shows how our customs and values have changed over time. This is Object Rewind. For as long as the Spanish colonized the Philippines, European historians and botanists would write significantly about the tradition of beetle chewing among the locals. It's a practice believed to have originated in Southeast Asia, given that its basic ingredients are all endemic to the region. At this point, it might be important to take a crash course on the elements of the elaborate beetle quid. A quid is a portion of something meant to be chewed but not swallowed, similar to that of tobacco chewing in the Wild West. There are three fundamental parts to a beetle quid. First, the beetle leaf, from which the name is derived. Next, the areca nut, which isn't actually a nut. And lastly, lime, which isn't the citrus that first comes to mind. The areca nut is actually the seed of the fruit of the areca palm. It's cut into segments in preparation for the beetle chew. The lime, meanwhile, refers to a calcium compound made from ground and roasted seashells or limestone that's peppered on top of the nut segments, or applied as a paste when water is added. These are combined and rolled inside the beetle leaf and chewed until the body feels a warm sensation. Nobody knows when and where this recipe originated, but it seems as if the custom has been around forever in the region and has been attributed to numerous medicinal properties. Therapeutic claims include tooth and gum strength, fresh breath, good digestion, satiation, heightened attention, increased energy, decreased inhibition, and a better mood. These are because the areca nut is a mild stimulant and can be addictive if not used in moderation. Often, too, tobacco is added, providing the effects of nicotine. These are some of the reasons why workers and travelers back in the day regarded beetle quid as indispensable, choosing the munch over lunch. It helped them feel less hungry and tired. As such, they often carried beetle quid ingredients and implements in their bags. Besides the individual benefits of beetle quid, it was integral to the social life of Filipinos. As in the Noli Me Tangere scene, it was customary to offer it during social gatherings, even up until the Spanish period. Households had designated containers and trays, ranging from simple to ornate, for the ingredients. One would also find in indigenous communities examples of containers made of wood, decorated using traditional techniques. Among the Muslim Mindanao groups, containers called lotoan or mamaan are among their finest examples of brasswork and are traditionally offered as bridal gifts. Across the archipelago, the shared experience of beetle quid chewing was an act of friendship, hospitality, alliance, courtship, and ritual. Sadly, this beloved tradition became largely forgotten with the rise of modernity. The paradigm on oral health had dramatically shifted. People preferred pearly whites over bloody nibblers, and some doctors attributed excessive beetle chewing to oral and throat diseases. Economic hardship also forced people to sell related heirlooms. Lastly, because spitting was part of the experience, regulations on public health, cleanliness, and propriety discouraged the practice. While little memory of this pastime remains, the reminder that hospitality and the sharing of comforts link the diverse and disparate peoples of these islands is reason enough to smile.